Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl Nelson with Usborne Books and More. You can find me on Facebook at Cheryl's Book Nook, and you can find me online at cherylsbooknook.com. So I just wanted to take a few minutes today and share with you some of my favorite books for babies and toddlers. So these particular books have been huge favorites in my own kids' lives, especially my little one as she just recently turned 2. So the first one I want to share with you is called The Baby's Very First Touchy-Feely Colors Playbook. So we have lots of these different playbooks, but this is probably one of my favorite ones, and you'll soon see why. So as soon as you open it up, you can immediately see the bright, colorful pages that are just filled with things for little ones to explore. So they can follow these finger trails throughout, they can do the lift the flap to see who's hiding behind, they can look down here, there's a strawberry, and they're learning things, exploring things. There's all kinds of fun cutouts here at the bottom with the carrots. And you can see that it's just continued throughout each page, just so fun. Like up here, the sun is nice and fuzzy. Another lift the flap here in the corner. So not only are they learning colors and starting to be associated with the different colors, but they're learning different sounds that animals make, sounds that trucks make, and they're exploring all kinds of different textures. And that's what makes this book so fun and engaging for little ones to enjoy. So I highly recommend this one, The Colors Playbook, and you can also check out the other playbooks that we have as well for little ones. The second one is in a series of books. This particular one is called That's Not My Kitten, and it's part of the That's Not My series. And so in this particular series, there's actually over 30 different titles ranging from That's Not My Train, That's Not My Truck, to That's Not My Puppy, to That's Not My Bunny. Basically, you can find any kind of animal or interest that your child has, and you can match it up with one of these That's Not My books. So immediately on the very first cover, you can see that's not my kitten, its ears are too soft, and immediately your child can explore the kitten's ears. So it starts right on the cover of the book. It doesn't even wait until they get inside. And then once you open it up, you can see a lovely double page spread where you can see the whole picture. You can see contrasting colors, which is really important for little ones as they begin to look at things and engage with things. You can see there's this fun little white mouse, and he's actually hidden on every single page throughout the book, and so kids can have lots of fun finding him as they get a little bit older. It also has simple words to follow throughout the book, and so as they get older, then they can start reading it to younger siblings. And so it works from the time they're really young, when they're still just exploring textures, to the time when they get older, like my son who's 4, who loves just to sit down and read the books to his little sister. So again, this one is probably my daughter's favorite page with the shiny bell. She just loves these different textures and the fun things that it offers throughout this book. And so I highly, highly recommend this series because it works well even as they're having tummy time or even little bitty babies. You can prop this up in front of them. You can have them look at a page for a certain amount of time, turn it, they can look at another page, and it's just so fun and so engaging from a very early age up until 3 and 4 and 5 years old. The next book is our baby's very first Slide and See series, and this one you can see is our farm book. And so again, right away, it doesn't make you wait till you get inside, but you can start manipulating things right off, and you can see what it's like inside of a hen house. And then you open it up and it goes to the sheep in the field, and again, it has these fun finger trails throughout. It has this fun manipulative right here where you can see the sheepdog coming after the sheep. And so kids are just going to have lots of fun just looking through each page. Here you can see all the cows getting milked. They can move this up and down to see what that looks like when it's full and when it's empty. They're learning animal sounds again, so it's just another fun way for them to be engaged, to interact with the book at the same time that they're reading and they're learning about different things from a very early age. There's always, of course, lots of fun illustrations and pictures to look at, new vocabulary to explore, and it'll just be a really fun book for your child to learn and grow with. The next book that I really love and highly recommend is Very First Book of Things to Spot, and this one is Out and About. And this actually has 2 other books in the series, one that focuses on things inside the home and another one that's just a general things to spot book. So this is like a very beginning I Spy book that you can do with very young children, and they can come to enjoy it very quickly, and you'll soon see why. So there's lots of fun pictures, and it kind of breaks it down by things in the air, things in the garden, and they can start learning what the different pictures are. You can start building their vocabulary, and there's little questions all throughout each page of what they're looking for. So for example, which caterpillar is the longest? So a younger child might not know that and might not be able to identify that yet, but you could work on them with which one is the caterpillar, and you could focus on that first. Or which ones are the ladybugs, or which one is wearing yellow boots. And so you can make it your own, and you can tweak it for kids who are a little bit smaller who may not be able to do all of this yet. but can begin engaging and begin looking for things and learning about things to look for. So on this page, my daughter loves this. She loves identifying the airplanes, she loves finding the clouds, she loves finding the hot air balloons, and she can identify all the animals, and so that's been really fun for us to do. One of the questions is, can you see a hen? And so they're having to look through the whole page, and here he is, he's flying the airplane here at the bottom. So I highly recommend this series. It's just such a fun way to bond with your kids, to get some fun interaction with them, to get some fun discussion about things they may not know about or understand yet. Going shopping, what that entails, what the different foods are when you go to the grocery store. So it's just a great way to initiate a great bonding experience with your kids. The next book that I want to feature is our Peek Inside books. This again is a collection of books. This one in particular is the farm book, but there's a garden book, there's a dinosaurs book, there's a zoo book, there's all kinds of fun ones that kids are sure to love. So my daughter who's 2 and my son who's 4, they both love this book. And so if you open it up, it has fun, different things that they learn all about the farm. And then they've got these fun lift the flaps. So it talks about, what's in the field, the springy lambs, and then it talks about what they're doing, and it gives information about where they live, what things they enjoy eating. Here, you see a duck, but you lift the flap and you can see the ducklings. And so what they're doing is not only are they having fun engaging with the text, but they're also learning about nonfiction from a really young age, which is what is so exciting about these Peek Inside books. Here's the tractor, and so it shows what it's doing in the field, and it explains it, that it's chugging up the soil, it's planting seeds in the soil, the seeds need sunshine and water, and so it just shows, and rain, it just shows how it grows and how it changes. And so it's just a great book to explore, and again promotes really good conversation and just lots of fun and colorful illustrations, and a lot of learning is done at the same time. So Peek Inside the Farm, and you can find the other ones on my website as well. And the last book that I want to feature is the My Wild Animal World books. So if you open it up, there's actually 9 small little books, and if you pull it out, you can see how small it is. So it's great for those little hands that are just learning to hold things and manipulate things. And so inside each book, it goes through and talks about, I am a shark. It talks about where their home is. It talks about what they eat and what their babies are called. And then it talks about the sounds that they make. And so again, they're learning at a really young age, but they're also just having fun, just exploring the different animals at the same time. And so as you take out each one of these books, I'm going to show you what's on the inside of this. You can see there's a picture of each book on the inside cover, so when they're done reading the book, they can then practice matching. So it works in a lot of different ways. They're learning to hold books, they're learning things about animals, and they're learning how to match. So lots of different skills at the same time. So I highly recommend this series. There's this one with wild animals, there's one with farm animals, we have a fairly new one about counting, and then another one with first words. And so lots of fun books in this particular series. So I highly recommend these books. You can find all of them on my website. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope this helps you as you start picking out books for your little ones.